Hello again. I am so very happy that we can meet again today, and I have just a little talk with you by making this video. I have been answering questions for students that are interested in World War II and in my life for this blog and for Zoom meetings that I'm making. And in one of the important Zoom meetings for me, the questions that were asked were all about me and World War II, of course. The first question that I did answer on this blog was where I was from and where I was born. The second important question that students seem to want to know about is what can I tell them about my family life and where I was growing up? What was it like for me growing up during World War II? And I try to answer it as much as I can and with all the honesty in my heart that I can give this question. Today, I need to answer the third question. And this question is, what did your father do for a living? And was he a veteran of the Great War? I want to put this in connection with my family life that I answered before. My father was a police officer during Adolf Hitler's time. And he started this important job, right after World War I. Yes, the Great War, as it was called. The war that cost so many, many, many lives. And there are cemeteries in Berlin, my hometown, that talk about this war by all the graves that are in this cemetery. And then they added the graves of World War II right next to the graves of World War I. Yes, my father definitely went to war for his country in World War I, the Great War. And so did my grandfather. My grandfather was middle-aged when he went to war, and he was the father of 6 children that were waiting for him to come home from this war. But my father was a 19-year-old young man that decided to fight for his country. And in this fight, he won the Iron Cross Second Class when he was 19 years old. His fight was fought in Verdun, France. And he commanded the great guns, the artillery, as a 19-year-old. And I think I am the one that he talked to when I was of age after World War II about World War I. I'm not sure that he talked much with my brothers that are 12 and 13 years older than I was about this war. But when I came back from America to Germany for a 4-year stint, and we lived in the Eifel area at that time, my dad came to visit me. And when we walked through the woods, just walking and talking, he told me about his experiences during World War I as a young man. And I really believe I was the only one that he talked to about this time in his life. He told me that it was a bloody war and that the trenches were filled with the blood of many, many German soldiers. And I'm pretty sure when he talked about this. He said that the other battle lines were filled with the precious blood of their opponent. It was a bloody, bloody world war that was being fought. And all of them that fought this war were fighting it for their country. All of these graves that we look at in the cemeteries, from World War I to World War II, were fought by the young men and women that fought for their country. It is awesome when you walk through a cemetery like this, when you look at the grave markers, when you read the names, when you see their birth date and the day that they fell and shed their blood for their country. It is an awesome feeling to visit a cemetery that talks of the history of World War I and World War II, and to think about all the families that lost their loved ones at a time like this. My father and my grandfather were the veterans of this war. And I'm telling you that my heart, when I heard the stories that he told me, is just reaching out to the families that have given so much for their country. I do not care if it was a German soldier that passed away, an English soldier, or any other soldier that fought this war. They are all heroes in my book. They are all the ones that on Memorial Day we need to remember, and we need to say thank you to. My father in my book and my grandfather were heroes of World War I and World War II, and so are the others that we need to remember on the special days that are designated to remember them. I remember them actually every day of my life. I can open up a photo album and look at the few pictures that I have of my grandpapa and know that he fought for his country and know that he came back alive and well and others didn't. The same thing I can say for my dad. I'm so grateful that he came back, that he stayed in Berlin, that he met my mother, that he fell in love with her, and with her he built our family. 3 children, Edgar, Erwin, and me. I'm grateful that I have my dad and that he came back alive to make a family. I'm grateful that I'm here today to talk to you about this time. And this is a time that I make this video right now, telling you about this, that is all about me. With this, I'm saying goodbye to all of you, and I'm saying, I hope you will join me for the next time, because the next time I'm telling you just a little bit more. And with this, I will be saying goodbye to you. Let's see if I can manage to turn this off by saying the right goodbye. Goodbye. And next time, just a little bit more about